Good evening, good afternoon, good night. This is One AAA podcast. I'm your host, the Hypocritical Cynic. Contact me, email, booking, speeches, life coaching, anything like that. Contact me at One AAA podcast at gmail.com. One AAA stands for One Absolutely African American. That's me. Like I said, I'm your host, the Hypocritical Cynic. Let me see what time it is. 7:43 early. Beautiful morning. So, y'all already know the premise of the show is to be thought-provoking. Oh, my fault. Shout out to VI, coldest player since VI. His name is Vic. Great music producer, great movie producer. If you need a mixtape or a full-length movie, social media skit, or a dream that you want reenacted for everybody to be able to see around the world, come with your script, actors, or just come with an imagination, and they're gonna put it on film so you can upload it. But he's in all this in the description. Yeah, I'm doing a disservice. I'm doing a service, but I'm doing it bad. My fault. I'm a better advertiser than this. His contact information is in the description, but it is Vipushupfilms at gmail.com. Y'all check him out for anything y'all need. Then y'all also go to Dirty Kicks on Instagram. That's DIRTYKICKSSS, 3 S's, for any sneaker need, current or classic. The release date that you want, the color you want, size you want. It's crazy. I resourced them. Sometimes I just hit them. Like, hey, you got, I was size 13 when I first met him. I said, you got the cool grays in the 13? I said, yeah. I said, you got the all white patterns with the bubble gums? He said, I got those with me. Well, I said, which ones? Both of them. I was like, damn. They unattainable in the 13. He hasn't with them. Cold-blooded, you know what I'm saying? Cold-blooded. Well, he was making taking care of some business. Somebody had ordered some, you know what I'm saying? But he actually had them. He wasn't going to sell them. He just said he had them, you know what I'm saying? Your shoe is your shoe. You go get your shoe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? His link in the description too, you know what I'm saying? When y'all holler at him, tell him I sent you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just probably both have a good story to tell about me. No discount. I can advocate a discount, but I can't actually initiate a discount. It's way different. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let me get in the uniform by removing the glasses, get all that cold up out them eyes or whatever. So y'all already know the premise of this show. When fiscally able, cause CBD ain't cheap. And I smoke CBD because marijuana is totally illegal in Texas right now. So, it's decriminalized, I think, to a certain extent, but still now, you never know how they play it. But you do, House Bill 135 or whatever, but I still say, since marijuana is illegal, I'm smoking CBD. And when it becomes legal, I'm a responsibly and adhere to the stipulations on my medicine bottle. You know what I'm saying? But I advocate for everybody to partake in the medicinal use of marijuana, THC and CBD. Because, if you under 18, get your parents' permission. This show is actually 2 kids. So, talking 2 kids, it's not a kid show, but it's talking 2 kids. Talking to parents, really, about kids a little bit, but through the kids. But, if you're under 18, get your parents' permission. Parents, if you have a stigma about marijuana that's negative, that you don't want to be a pioneer or advocate for something positive in your life, and you do want to know more about marijuana, it's good to search the internet, but then you only searching for the answers that you want. And when you only know what you know, you actually subject to mediocrity because you're not advancing. So don't be afraid to go to CBD shops. Just go to one out of your neighborhood so you don't have to be like a trailblazer to tell, your neighbors that you have permission to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you get the information because it's going to help you. And if that's really a thing, people, if you really still care about what people think in this world these days, go to the CBD shop miles away. Go to Walmart, go to Chili's or somewhere, get you something to eat and put the stuff in the bag so people can't even see it. Like you do with all them little brown paper bags you come in from the grocery store with. They don't sell wine. They don't sell liquor at the they don't sell liquor at the grocery store in Texas. They don't. You cross the Sabine River and go to Louisiana, you can get liquor all night. Go right past Orange, Texas. You can buy liquor till the cows come home. You know, but in Texas, you cannot buy liquor at the grocery store. But a lot of times, people go to the grocery store and come home with a different package in that bag. That's what I'm saying. Go to CBD store, get your stuff, put it in a different bag, come home. Because endocannabinoid deficiency may be real. I want to say it is real, but I don't want the legal liability because I don't have, you know, I'm not learned in that field. You know, I'm not accomplished in that field. Let me say I am learned and accomplished, but as far as the criteria to be able to say those legal claims, I can't do that. Those medical claims, I can't do that. But endocannabinoid deficiency may be real. I've actually watched a Netflix video. Shout out to Netflix, y'all getting money. I seen a Netflix video on medicinal use marijuana where a kid with some kind of seizures, I'm talking about fucking him up, for real. We couldn't even enjoy his quality of life. And mama was fucked up about it. Whole family was fucked up. They moved, trying to take care of a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying, for the kid. And when he got a little bit of CBD in him, he was straight. Like the pain wasn't even in his life. To take that from anybody, you starting stuff. Now, if the body needs cannabinoids, and it's proven, because like I said, I'm degreed, the body has endocannabinoid receptors. Well, when THC, CBD comes into your body, it knows exactly what to do inside your body. Now, there are patents and lawsuits and litigation insinuating that marijuana might cure different things. We don't know. I'm not gonna say all that stuff like that because of the legal liability, but I know the people that I know that do partake in the medicinal use of marijuana. Not everybody I know smokes, you know. I really haven't had a solid relationship with a female that smokes. Most of the females that I work out with, it's pedophiles. I don't know what that is, man. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to marry a woman that smokes. It seems beautiful. I mean, if we had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to draw that line, you know what I'm saying? Baby, this daddy weed. Can't just smoke this all crazy like you do your weed. You know what I'm saying? And our weed. This daddy's over here. This the moon rocks and crazy stupid stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, y'all know I fuck with you. But yeah, y'all go check out CBD. But the premise of the show is, of course, stop provoking while smoking. And I said all that to say this ain't gonna be too long of a show. I'm gonna try to keep it. I'm always try to keep it under 30 minutes. I can go for hours, but I feel like at that point you actually going ad nauseum with examples. So you want to be resourced on the information before you just keep on trying to, you know, beat the bush brown. But this is to everybody who is a house guest. Kids under 18 with the last name as the homeowner, you're just an accomplished house guest. Anybody staying with their significant other and they not pulling their own weight where it's a team situation. Remember, when you get with somebody, you build in the country. So when you go against that, that's why it's treason, punishable by death. And I speak legal jargon in that instance because there is something on the books called crime of passion. Well, building a family with somebody and then sabotaging that family is kind of provocation for a reasonable person to want to beat your motherfucking ass. But saying that, I'm going to tie that into really, you ain't supposed to beat kids. You can't beat kids, and it's illegal to beat kids. And why beat a kid? They ain't listening at that point. You want to teach them, you know, just like you, it's hard. You don't know they're coming from wherever they coming from or however they feel with the outside influences, and then trying to understand your agitation to what they think life is. So you got to work with them wherever they at. But the kids, I'm gonna make it real short, straight to the point. You got to get out or shut up. You can't stay there and talk shit. Life is gonna put pressure on you if you don't put pressure on yourself. I'm gonna drop this book, y'all. I want all kids to have it. I'm gonna make it to where every kid can have it at all times. It's gonna be like a little phone. I want this next to your phone. I'm not gonna drop the title yet till I can, get out of the EIE and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all create a checklist in the morning. You know what your father wants you to do. If there's paper to get, I know the Houston Chronicle still run, you know what I'm saying? But if it's paper to get it. If you want a coffee made, do it, because you earning your keep. Realize people that's out here shooting and stealing and killing and hurting each other, it's to pay bills. Kids, we can't neglect that fact. If you're not gonna put the pressure of life on yourself and accept being a mature young person and make your own money, become an entrepreneur, cut grass. If your daddy make you cut grass all the time, all right, then cut grass all the time, but get paid for it. Cut other people's grass too. Create your business cards, your website, and all that stuff like that while you're on the internet with your friends. And if you're not an entrepreneur where you can't go out there and make a t-shirt company as a kid and sell your own t-shirts, or get you a food license where you can sell food if people forcing you to cook all the time and you know how to cook. Realize if people forcing you to do something that you don't want to do, that is industry. Because we all crazy. Every last one of us crazy. Every last one of us fashions our life so we can worry about what we want to worry about. A powerful person, think about a CEO, Ursula, I think her name was Ursula Banks. She was a CEO of Xerox, I think. Y'all put it in the comments if I was wrong. But she has to eat. She's successful with every opportunity to advance in her life, wherever she want to go. I don't know if she's still the current CEO, but I know she was at one point. But she still has to take care of all the Xerox business to go home and take care of them kids. Because she creates a checklist on her life. She knows the things she can't handle, but she does her best. And she handles. My point was, she does all that. And then it's a great mom, great sister, cause whatever. Or if she hate her family, she's great at racquetball. It don't matter. What I'm saying is, the point is, we fashion our life to worry about what we want to worry about. So if somebody forces muscle memory into your head to do something you don't want to do, look at the industry investment that you've already made. You've done over 10,000 hours, so you're a professional in that arena. If you're forced to slap box with your daddy, you're a boxer. If you forced to cut grass with your uncle, hey, you could run a lawn service. Just as mean as he is to you, you could be that mean to your employees, but realize they'll feel that way about you. It's a perfect balance in this world. Maat, M-A-A-T, shout out to Infodici. I got to go to Africa with you one day when I get the money. Is a harmonious balance with the world. If you can't be a harmonious balance with a tyrant, you must speak about your problem. The only opportunity you have to uproot, put out somebody bad in your family is to get out if you can yourself, or speak about your problem until it goes away. I don't advocate violence unless violence is brought to you. You fight those that fight against you. If somebody makes you scared enough to fight, that's fear. You got to go to God with that, or good with that. Realize that they're not doing something to you. Once they do something to you, then that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different game. I don't advocate weapons. I don't advocate pressure points. I advocate not fighting. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. So y'all create a checklist. If y'all parents want y'all to do something, your girlfriend wants you to do something every day, if it's a regular fucking routine, you got to be a part of it. You can't go against it. You can't have negative energy. Even if they're a neutral person and don't want to do nothing all day, and they could do it. They want you to do it. They instilling something in you. If it's something you don't want to do, washing dishes or something like that, you have to get creative in your mind and say what I don't like about washing dishes. And you have to break that down to where you can be better at it. And you a grown person, act like you at work. If the job is too strenuous and you know you're not getting paid, because they say they paying rent. And like we already established, people are killing each other to pay rent or to live where they want to live. That's a whole different podcast. But what I'm saying is, if they forcing you to do something, see what's wrong with what you don't want to do. If you don't like cutting grass because it's hot outside, see what the other people do that cut grass all day. They got long sleeve on that trap their sweat and keep their body cool. And if you don't want to go through that process of elimination, if you're dealing with a tyrant that won't listen, you must speak about your problem, because it's not going away, period, point blank. As a kid, my grandma said, I want you to be a man. I was being a kid. And then I was, you know, hypocritical cynic. So at that age, I ain't had the authority or the permission, or I looked for acceptance over glory. So when I spoke, it was with a bit tongue. When I swung, it was with a dull sword. I didn't realize people were sharpening my sword. I didn't realize that. Nothing happens for a mistake. Period. Do what you love to rise above the bullshit. I got a book coming out that's going to help a lot of people, black, white, Latino, Arab, Asian, man, woman, child. You know, if the kid listen too long, you know, I mean, if the baby listen too long, the baby might pull something out. I say babies too. If the pet right there, and you keep reading the same chapter, he might pick up something. But when you dealing with a tyrant that you can't beat, listen, this is for all the bullies and stuff like that. When you dealing with a tyrant that you can't beat up in school, somebody in the locker room that make football unfun for you, somebody in baseball that keep on throwing at you instead of over the plate because they know that you're going to hit your shit, you must speak about your problem. You have to speak about your problem to somebody else. If nothing comes of that interaction, if I speak about my problem to somebody and the problem don't go away, I must speak to somebody else about the problem. Now, the information they give you is going to scare you. It's a scary situation. When you ask scary questions, you're going to get scary answers. And you're going to realize you are part of your own abuse. It's like a Jenga puzzle. Once you take your ass out of the fucking Jenga puzzle, you're the biggest part. It's like a big old circle inside a Jenga puzzle. That's you. Once you take that out, ain't no way for that problem to exist. So you have to take you out of that equation. If that involves dusting your feet, everybody over 17, 18 years old, if you got a problem at the house, get out. It's harder out there, but you don't respect, accept, or you ready to neglect where you stay. And the person that lives there is going through life isn't fair. There's a perfect balance in life. People are stealing, robbing, and killing to live, eat. Your mama, your daddy, your uncle, stepdaddy, even though you hate his motherfucking ass, stepmama, even though you hate her ass, they are going to work every day, or they did something they did something comparable to 20 or 30 years of work where they could retire and do nothing. If they did nothing, they did something so strenuous, so perplexing, so time consuming that it correlates to them never having to work again. So they went through actually the same shit that people go through to try to pay bills. You can't bring your negativity into that house. If you're over 17, 18, get out or shut up. If you don't want to talk to that person, you don't want to look at their face, because you know it ain't no good at them. I've been there. I've been places, man. I ain't want to look at somebody, man. All I got is negativity for you, because that's all you got for me, or the world, or whatever I see. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't vibing, it just ain't clicking, it ain't supposed to happen. If I'm in that mode where I ain't feeling you, you still have to be respectful. Winston Churchill, he pretty much said there's no reason not to be diplomatic. If you don't want to talk to them, get a pen and paper and write down what they want you to do. If they want you to work 9 to 5 because you out of school during Corona, they controlling. They gonna be evil if they control your punk ass. And I say punk because, you know, kids are whippersnappers. They whip to conclusions, snap to decisions. But they gonna be evil if they control your punk ass, and they gonna be exhausted if your heart burns like a phoenix and you tell everybody about your problem. But realize you are accepting adulthood before you need to. An old man told me this, and I couldn't be mad at my grandmother, couldn't be mad at my uncle, couldn't be mad at family. He said it's about your level of faith in God. I'm going to keep it under 20. It's about your level of faith in God. A worse person would have done you worse. Y'all jumping out of here, moving out before y'all ready, don't know nothing about life, don't have no time, money, and effort towards your own interests. Y'all trying to live somebody else's life. Y'all walking a straight line to a landmine. Because if you don't write a checklist for your life, a to-do list for your day, somebody else will. And that's when it gets strenuous, because you don't want to do none of that shit on somebody else's checklist. So write your own checklist. Real quick. If you forced to cook, go get your food license. and how you get your food. No, I will cover it real fast. How you get any kind of license to do anything, you must stand in line. If you want a $20 million house, you must stand in line. They're going to give you a piece of paper that say you don't have $20 million or you can't stay here because your ass a sex offender, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they're going to give you a checklist. And then really what you have to do is correlate that checklist to the agency that correlates to that answer. Find the answer because people are paid every day to answer it by.